Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Lazarus here. So in today's video, it's going to be something really cool. I'm going to show you guys how to run backtracks off a DAW system, PreSonus Studio 1.5 in this instance. This is what I do for my band, and I also use this for our church with the Restoration Church in Peoria. I set up all the backtracks for our church. I am the music director there. So I'm going to show you guys what I do so we can basically get keyboards, synthesizers, click, and all that stuff routed to our in-ears and to the front of house. So please enjoy this video. If you guys have questions, you guys have comments, feel free to drop it in the comment box, and I try to 100% answer back to everybody in a timely manner. I get notifications on my phone when one of you guys posts a comment. So this is fun. I love this type of audio stuff, and I think that you guys would find it pretty beneficial just watching this, because it could relate to another DAW system that you might use yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the desktop here. So I'm going to show you guys first where we, like for my church in this instance, I'm going to use some backtracks that we buy so that we can use at our church. So I go to multitracks.com. Here you can get a lot of your Christian music backtracks. They're professional. They sound really, really good. And they come in a format like so, where it has acoustic guitar, bass. Honestly, if you were just a singer, you can run your own backtracks to the front of house and it sounds like a full band, and you can get really, really great sound. Or, you can pick and choose what you want and then use that as a backtrack. So let's switch over to the DAW system here. So in this instance, I'm going to show you guys just by dragging and dropping everything into the system here. So at this point, we've added all the tracks here. We got from drums, click track, background vocals, bass guitar, acoustic, everything. So now we want to get into the AIO setup, and here I'm just going to go ahead and remove these outs. I don't want anything. I want to show you guys from scratch what I do. So we're going to add, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let's add like 6. Whoops, cancel here. Let's add cancel. Let's add a mono. So this one's going to be click. I can't spell, sorry. Click. I'm going to add bass guitar. Say if you were a church and didn't have a bassist, you can do that. Let's do what else? What else is in here? Click, bass. At this point, let's add just a stereo for backtrack left and right. Backtrack left, right. What you can do also here is, just as a visual reminder, you can say this is out 3 of the back of your interface. This is out 4. And this is 5 and 6. Just as a quick reference, so you don't have to come back in here and look at this again. All right. So if you wanted in here in Studio One, look at your outputs. They're right there. Click, bass, and backtracks. Cool. Hopefully I haven't lost anybody there. So let's close instruments. Oops. Yep. Instruments and then track folder, so we get a little bit more space. At this point, what we want to create is buses that we're going to send. We're going to route tracks that we want into buses that are going to reflect same as this. Why, you might ask that? That's just the way that I found out that Studio One likes it. And then from the buses, you can send it to the appropriate outputs individually. So let's go ahead and do that now. So we're going to add a bus, and add a bus. So here we're going to call this a click bus so that we know it's a bus, because it can get really lost and confusing. So we're going to do this bus, bass bus, and then backtrack bus, backtrack bus. So now we're going to get the click track tracks that I like to group in here together. So we have a click track, and then we have a guide, a voiced guide that tells you verse 2, 3, 4, along with the click track, and this is going to go to click bus. Since the bass is right here, we're going to go to bass bus, and let's just say everything else is going to go to everything else is going to go to backtracks bus. Effects, keys, like percussion, like effects and all that stuff, all that's going to go straight to backtrack bus. So at this point, you've already taken your tracks that you have here and sent them here to the buses. So what you want to do now is send this over to this, and it's really easy. We already did it. So it's just a matter of going to the actual click 3 out. So that's the output on the back of the interface. And I forgot to mention, it's important that you have an interface that is capable of multi out, and a lot of interfaces nowadays have that. But if you have like the smaller ones where it's just like left and right outputs, so you're only going to be limited to your main left and right. So in this instance, I have multiple, which I can create, and so yeah. So in this case, we're going to send this to click 3, click, and then bass to bass 4, because that's an output, and then this is going to go to backtrack left, right, 5 and 6 in the back of the interface. The cool thing is now, so what you want, what you can do, you can kind of get creative here. So let's go into the guitars here. So a lot of the stuff in these professional backtracks are already set to stereo left and right. You can kind of tell where they're going. So this is more like a center guitar. It's already mixed for you. But if you wanted to, it's like, hey, I want this guitar to be left, I want this to be right, you can go ahead and do so. But in this instance, so if you're running stereo backtracks. If you were running mono, that wouldn't really matter here in this instance. So honestly, guys, at this point, you would just connect 1/4 inch cables here to DI boxes, and from those DI boxes, get your XLR cable from front of house and route these. Like, let's say in this instance, the click track, you would route that out to a click channel, let's say for your church. You put that in your click channel, and that's how the band would be tied to the actual backtrack right here, which is really, really cool and useful. We do that all the time, and that's how we run our click track with our backtrack in the same instance. So here in this instance, you have bass bus. So this was just an example. Let's say you guys don't have a bass guitarist. Well, it's okay, because you already have a bass guitar that's backtracked right here, and you would just basically get your I can't even spell, and now you can take this bass out, put that into a DI box, to a cable, to your stage box. So you have this going into your front of house, and the same thing goes here. And I set up a stereo. This is obviously left and right, so it's out 5 and 6. So this is set up in stereo. So you have a stereo backtrack. You can make this mono if you wanted to, but in this instance, you put 5 and 6 outs, hand those over to your stage guy, and basically you have backtracks running there. Did I lose anybody? Do you guys have questions? No? That's cool. So, and I forgot to mention, it's important that you set the tempo right to the song. Obviously, you would do that here. And let's say if you were going to add another, let's just say this song was in 160, but you had another track that you have in your set that's coming up. So I'm going to get into a little bit of the actual things that you could do so you can add more songs here. So in this instance, you would go up here where it says tempo, and then you would add another tempo. There's some songs that are 160, and let's say your next song is at this point 80, or let's just call it 90. Boom, you just added another field here for it to be 90. And what's really cool, what I would do is add a marker here, because it allows you to stop marker right there. So let's say you guys are playing, gives the singer some time to chat with the crowd and whatnot, but let's say your drummer is not paying attention, forgot to hit the pause button, it automatically pauses there. And at that point, to begin the new song, the drummer's in control, or whoever starts the backtrack, you just hit spacebar and it starts again. So you would just bring in another set of tracks. You would do the same routing into the click or bass or backtrack bus, whatever you want right there, and basically do that to every single track of the song. See, in my church we do about 3 or 4 songs each service, so we would repeat that every single time we add tracks here with the song. So if you want to get a little bit more creative here, you can go into the arranger and you can go, this song is called Yada, What a Beautiful Name It Is, and this next song over here is, let's say, another song. So in the way that you would I guess I'm getting real into details that what I like to do. So you go to the inspector here and you can just change what a beautiful name. You can do that, or you can do the full thing, like let's say what a beautiful name, and you see that it changes instantaneously over here. So this is how we run. Backtracks in the live setting. I'm using Studio 1.5. It's really powerful software here. You can do this with a lot of DAWs out there. A lot of people use Ableton Live. You can actually run lights if you have lights off of this. That's another video that I'm going to do here for you guys. And just get really creative with your routing. So setting it all up here, routing it in a certain way for it to work with your interface, and then sending those outs over to your soundboard, and just giving a great performance and making everything sound really nice, especially what we do here with the church. And like I said, I have a band. It's a metal band. We have synths and bass drops, and this is the same idea that I use here to route this. And I guess I'll make another video of that one, showing what I do to run, because that one's a little bit more different. So I guess I'll make that video next. So hope you guys tune in for that one. Let me know what you guys think about this video. I think this is super informative if you're thinking about running backtracks and looking for a way of doing it more efficiently. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for dropping by, and see you on the next video. Like, comment, subscribe.